8 yards to go on second down. Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start
into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession.
And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
That catch good for only a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 12. Cousins. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Osa Odighizuwa. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Now Cousins. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 32 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, 77 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So we reach halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A terrific running there to start the drive as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Prescott from the gun. Flush to his right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And some strong running. And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now Cousins on 4th down. Cook with a 1st down and much more. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? First down, here's the run with Cook. Bust through the tackle. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, Cook. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Now Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. Touchdown! Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Vikings on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And a grab over the middle by Stocker. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Well, they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This is Tony Pollard. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 97 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Throwing here, Cousins. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Throwing is Cousins. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves. I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I could just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Now Pollard. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.